This is Daniel Hall. We're going to be reinstalling the head on a Predator 212. This is a critical part as far as torquing, due to the fact you will blow head gaskets out of this thing if you don't do this correctly. This is a head gasket, has a little aluminum crush washer here and some gasket materials, fairly thick. Start with a clean surface, making sure that if you had any old gasket material on here that you scrape that off with a razor blade. A lot of times it just comes off with paper towel. Once that is good and clean, reinstall your dowels, and they are on the bottom. Put your gasket on, which lines up with your ports, and those dowels help locate it. Now take your head, again check for any gasket material on the surface. Take a scraper or a razor blade, clean those off, and we are ready to install our head. Now I set it on those dowels and I hold it with this hand, grab my bolts with the other, get two in the top snug down. I have a 12mm on extension ready to go, so I can just spin that down quickly. Now it's held in place, and you can concentrate on getting these 4 bolts in. 2 in here, other 2 drop down inside of the head. Now, your torque values. This is one of your higher torques. This is 225 inch-pounds is your final measurement. So I'm going to take a ratchet and I'm going to get it pretty snug, because our first setting is going to be 75 pounds. We're going to do 75, 150, 225. So when I snug it, I'm going to get it pretty tight. Not bear dog tight, but get it snug and then go another quarter turn or so to get it close. Now we can go and start at 75 pounds. This one's already still at 75 from the previous one. Crisscross, very important. So then I cross, then I cross again, cross again. See, that's why digital spooked me a little bit. It's hard not to go a little bit past where you need to be. Once you're good with them, I'm sure they're really handy, but you're looking at a $600 tool versus a $200 tool that don't require batteries. So, your choice. But we're going to go here. Now it's 150. Now you can start to audibly hear the click as you get higher in the poundage range. And again, I'm not holding, I'm not putting any pressure on the barrel, I'm just using the end. Alright, last setting, 225. This one only goes up to 200, so I'm going to switch back over to here. This one only goes to 100, so other wrench. It's a 3/8 drive. This one is a different brand. It's Westward, so it's Granger's brand. Its locking thimble is up here. You pull it down like an air chuck, and then you can crank it in. Inch pounds. This goes all the way to 250. We need to go 225, but we got to crank it in quite a bit. So I'm gonna go to 220. So 220 and 0 on my center line. Now I go 5 more on my thimble. Right there. Now wiggle it, make sure that that locks in. That's my final torque. Always getting a good comfortable spot so you can feel it. There it is. Okay, and that's it. I don't do second rounds, I don't do double clicks. If you're confident in your settings and do it properly, all you'll do is continually to tighten it if you keep going. Now I need to drop in my push rods. So push rods have the ball on each end. You drop them down and make sure they're sitting in the socket of your lifter that's down in that hole. And then we're going to actually have to back off. So they go right here in this socket on top of the rocker. Valve spring's pretty stiff, but you can rock it. The trick is getting those setting properly. So you may have to have a helper shine a light to get in there, but we're going to do another video on lashing valves. Okay, I got that one. So when you're done, it's going to be sitting in that socket, and down below it's going to be sitting on the end of the lifter. Has a little socket in there. Do the same thing on the other side. There it is. Now they're both resting in there and held in place. Now, we're going to do a separate installment of the series to lash these. What I mean by lash is there is a little bit of play here. Not a whole lot on that one, but there is some on this one. There's so many thousandths of an inch that's supposed to be between this adjusting screw and the top of the valve stud. We'll do it, like I said, well, that'll be its own video. But for now, you're ready to throw on your cover. We still have our gasket on this cover, and install your bolts. Head cover, cylinder head plate, 30 inch-pounds, so not a whole lot. That's on the low end. So 30 inch-pounds on those 4 bolts, and your head's sealed up. But next video, we're going to go over everything that's going on inside this head. This exhaust valve and intake valve, very important. So actually this one's exhaust, it's closest to the muffler. A lot of times people who have issues with their crank, when they're pulling and it's either ripping the cord out of their hand or feel like they're hitting a brick wall, and it's just not a smooth pull. Everybody's had those engines that you hate to crank because they want to rip your arm off. It's because this exhaust valve is not lashed properly. If you have an engine that's doing that at home, you need to lash this valve. In the manual, they'll say lash these valves over 100 hours or something like that, and these hardly ever get touched. So they know it's going to wear in place and needs to be readjusted. They just hope that you take them to a shop. Well, we're going to do them in class, and you should be able to adjust your own valves. Super simple. All you need is a set of feeler gauges and know where to put the piston, because you put the piston in a certain area to set these, and it will make life a lot better when you're cranking it, that you're not cranking it against compression. So we're going to stop the video here. At this point, remember, you should have your head on and it's torqued to 30 inch-pounds and your head assembly is complete. Thank you.